Hello Year 6. So, maths today we are looking at addition and subtraction problems, but we are looking at ones where we're not probably going to be able to do it with just mental or jottings methods, and we are going to have to use some written methods, which for us will be column methods. I know there'll be a few girls in the class who are very excited to hear that. So this is something that we did a few weeks ago. We should be quite familiar with it, but I'm just going to give you a quick run through to make sure that we fully understand what we're doing with these addition and subtraction written methods. Okay. Here we go. Cue strange sound noise now. Okay, so addition. So success criteria. We need to estimate it. We need to carefully put our numbers into columns. We need to add, starting with the smallest numbers, carry any tens that we need to do, and we need to check at the end with our estimate. So let's say we've got something like 3,526, add 2,891. So first job, estimate. So 3,526, if I round that up, I'm going to be somewhere near 4,000. That's going to be towards 3,000. So my estimate, E equals 7,000. Okay, it's really important to do that because we can check it towards the end. Then next job, carefully put the numbers in columns. So I'm going to start with the biggest number, 3,426, and then get into the habit of putting a decimal point at the end. Okay, that's where the decimal point is, put it in. Add 2,891, and again I'm going to put my decimal point in. Then we add, starting with the smallest column that we got, which is the ones. So we do 6 add 1 is 7. 2 tens add 9 tens is going to be 11 tens, so I'm going to carry that 1 into the next one. 500s add 800s is 1300s, plus that one, 1400s. And then 3000s add 2000s is 5000s, plus that one, 6000. And then finally, check with my estimate. So my estimate was 7,000. I've got an answer of 6,417. I think I'm okay with that. Okay, let's move on to slightly trickier stuff. So let's say we have got a question like 326, add 41.2, add 4,008.3. Okay, it all works off pretty much the same. So I'm going to estimate, well, that's very close to 4,000. That's very close to 300. That's going to be 40-ish, obviously. So my answer should be around 4,000, well, 4,300 and a bit more. I'm going to say 4,350. Okay, so I'm going to put them in columns. Now, when we're doing addition, I always like to put the biggest one first. So I'm going to start with this. 4,008.3. Just move it up a bit. Add. Now, this is where we need to be careful. So I'm going to put the 326. If I put my decimal points in straight away, hopefully that'll help me put 326 in the right place. So it's going to go in here. And then 41.2 again, if my decimal point's there, it'll help me put it in the right way. Now that looks a bit horrible and a bit all over the place. So what am I going to put in? I'm going to put in some zero placeholders. And that will hopefully help us to stay in order. Obviously, normally you do this on squared paper, which would help, but we don't have square paper at the minute. First thing I'm going to put in here is my decimal point. Then I don't forget it at the end. So 3 tenths add 2 tenths is 5 tenths. 8 add 6 ones is 14, plus that one is 15. Carry my 1. 2 tens add 4 tens is 6 tens, plus that one 7 tens. 300s, that's all I've got there. 4,000s, 4,375, and my estimate was 4,350. I'm quite confident that that is right. And that is addition. Okay, let's move to subtraction. And you will notice that our success criteria looks very similar. We're estimating the numbers. We're going to put them into columns carefully. We're going to subtract, starting with the smallest digits that we've got. We're going to exchange if we need to, and then we're going to check with that estimate at the end. So let's start off with something fairly straightforward, like 4,536. Take away 2,183. So estimating. Well, that's about, well, it's very close. So it's got it. Let's say 5,000. Take away 2,000. So my answer is going to be somewhere knocking around 3,000. The estimate should not take as long. It's literally 10 seconds. Okay, if it's taking you longer than 10 seconds, you're not really estimating. A very quick estimate. So, put the numbers into columns. 4,536. take away, put my decimal point in, 2,183, put my decimal point in. And then I'm going to start subtracting from the smallest column I've got. So 6 take away 3 ones is 3, put my decimal point in. 3 tens take away 8 tens. Okay, this is where people say you can't do it, or you can do it, but you get a negative number, and we don't want negative numbers. So I'm going to exchange, I'm going to take one of those hundreds from there, so it becomes 400, and I'm going to put it on there. So then I end up with 13 tens. So 13 tens take away 8 tens is 5 tens. 400s take away 100 is 300s. And 4,000s take away 2,000s is 2,000. I got an answer of 2,353, which is a bit away from 3,000, but we did end up adding a lot to that. So I'm happy that that's right. Fairly straightforward then. Okay, let's move on to a slightly more difficult one. So let's say we have something like 317 take away 42.6. Okay, first job, I'm going to estimate. So 317 is about 300, take away 40, so my answer should be somewhere knocking around 260-ish. So, put it in columns, 317, point. Take away, put my decimal point in straight away. It's a good habit to get into. 42.6, and if my decimal point's there, it will help me put it all in the right place. Okay, and then we start subtracting from the smallest. Oh, put in my placeholders. Now, this is where many people will go wrong, because they'll do 0 take away 6 is just 0, and it is not. 0 take away 6 is minus 6 tenths, and we don't want that. So I'm going to take one of those ones, so it becomes a 6, and put it on there. So then I've got 10 tenths take away 6 tenths is 4 tenths. Can you see how that is not 6? Okay, 6 ones take away 2 ones is 4 ones. 1 10 take away 4 10. I don't want to be doing, because I don't want a negative number, so I'm going to take one of those hundreds and put it on there. So now I have 11 tens take away 4 tens is 7 tens. 200s take away no hundreds is 274.4. I said it'd be about 260. I'm happy with that. Cue dramatic strange sound effect. And hopefully that will help you with your addition and subtraction written methods. So your job now is to choose one of the activities. So we've got ready, which is a bit like the first examples that I did. Then we've got steady, which is a bit like the second examples I did. Go is about using brackets. So remember BODMAS, and it's about missing numbers in different places. I'm not going to teach you it. Have a go of it if you think you're able. If you're finding it too tricky, drop down to steady. Okay, have a good day, Year 6. I'm looking forward to marking them, and I will see you later. Goodbye.